Alright, what's up people? Blax is back for a brand new review of the ONIMUSHA Netflix anime, or as I like to call it, ONIMUSHA the Post-Edo story. So basically the premise of this anime is that Japan is going into a peaceful period during the Edo period, and Japan is going through a transition. So yeah, there's a covert mission that the main character Miyamoto Musashi is tasked with carrying out and stopping a villain from pretty much taking over Japan using the power of the Genma. In order to do that, he needs to counteract that with the power of the Oni Gauntlet. So that's basically the premise of the entire anime, and it's only 8 episodes. And as far as spoilers, there's not much in terms of spoilers, except some surprises here and there, which I'm not gonna spoil here. And I did finish this in like 2 days last week, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. It was worth the 2 years. I mean 2 years. It was worth the 2 decades in the making that this franchise has been in dormant. And the fact that it's a continuation, they don't specifically say, it is heavily implied that it takes place after the ONIMUSHA games, but it's set in more like a self-contained story. So yeah, it was okay. As far as pros and cons, I'm gonna talk about the cons first, because that needs to be addressed. What I wish they could have done was like explain more about how the Genma came back, like after the God of Light, which is the god of the Genma, of the evil forces in this series. How did they come back? And like my headcanon is like they pretty much came back because of human emotions, pretty much like fear and dawn of dreams, or greed, like it's shown in this series. Because when you go into the mines, they had a lot of gold. Humans had a lot of gold from Western interactions and whatnot. That's how I figured they came back. Or when the gauntlet was released in Dawn of Dreams, released the Gemma Lord's power, Nobunaga, which may have caused the Gemma to come back too. So that's a possibility. They never specifically say. And there's not much given as far as characters. I mean, they do have enough screen time, but not much is known about any of these characters beyond what's required in the story. And there's no references to past games at all. There's a huge reference to Sekigahara, but we don't see that. For spoilers, in Dawn of Dreams, Soki sacrifices himself to destroy most of the Genma in the Omen Star. Sekai seals away the gauntlet, which sealed away Nobunaga at the end of Onimusha 3. And Akane goes to Sekigahara and defeats Munenori, which leads up to this anime. I wish there was a reference to Akane from Musashi, because he was in the manga Before the Night. I'm thinking don't make right. The Twilight. This is the Twilight of the Night of Genesis. I'll try to remember the right one. But yeah, I wish there was a reference to that, how they met and stuff like that, but never got that. That's just one of the examples. And the villains are not that impressive. It's one of the weakest points of this anime. It wasn't a gimbal. It wasn't one of the three unifiers. It's not someone like Nobunaga, like I said, or Hideyoshi Toyotomi. It's nobody like that. It's not even Ieyasu Tokugawa or Mitsunari. Nobody like that. It was just some random person like Yaemon who just wanted to overthrow Japan just because the samurai were becoming less powerful beings. They were less powerful men during the times of the Edo period, or the upcoming times of the Edo period. So he wanted to throw the whole Japan and the whole world into chaos using the power of the Gamma, like I said earlier. He is pretty much a weak villain. So there's that. There's no weapons. The only weapon Musashi gets is dual blade swords, and the Oni gauntlet, if you count that. Trying to think of what else. The episode length could have been much longer. Yeah, for 8 episodes, I was really hoping for something that was more condensed. I was hoping for something that's short, sweet, straight to the point. Covers everything, and even referencing past games and stuff like that. But it just seemed like it's so far removed from Post Dawn of Dreams that I kind of consider it as its own self-contained story. So yeah, I think that's everything that. Oh, the animation. Sometimes it can get a little less than impressive, but other than that, that should lead me into the pros of what I like about this anime. Is that the animation is freaking fantastic. The visual quality stays consistent throughout. I like all the characters, especially Musashi. Oh, the one con I didn't like was that there was less variety of Genma. It seemed like they were corrupted humans, zombies. They kind of just played it safe, I guess, for being the first season. You get to care about most of the characters that you see on screen. Oh, the Oni. There's not much going on about the Oni except that they have a simple-minded goal of getting rid of the Genma. I wish there could have been more layers to the Oni and Genma like in the games. That's enough about the cons, but the pros, visual quality is great. the characters you pretty much care about, especially Musashi. They did a really good job of making you get immersed into the world of post Onimusha post Onimusha games. Another thing I also really like is that this the story is fun. It just leaves a lot to be desired. And the action is pretty much the biggest highlight of this anime. And oh yeah, there are some surprises. Like I said, I'm not gonna spoil. But it's really, really good. And you're gonna get your money's worth if you're a fan, especially if you're a fan of the Onimusha series, or if you like Japanese, you like anime, and you like samurai swordplay and supernatural stuff, you'll pretty much like this anime for sure. My overall thoughts on this anime, I put it in the same category as the OG Devil May Cry anime. It's worthy of being an Onimusha title, but it could have been way better if it was like an original anime that's inspired by Onimusha, you know? And a lot of feudal Japan games have been coming out recently, like Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro, just to name a few. And they've done fantastically well with the Sengoku era backdrop. And even Neo freaking great. Well, yeah, I think it's really good. It's pretty much entertaining throughout. It's just, I wish there could have been more, you know. But yeah, I cannot complain. I had a really good time watching this anime, and I do recommend it if you're a fan of Onimusha Japan, samurai, supernatural action. So yeah, my final thoughts. The score is an 8 out of 10. Really great, and I will catch you all later.